No, I'm not. Look, let me be.
What's up, man? Yeah, I caught y'all in the middle of eating, so I'm gonna welcome y'all back to the Black Buffet Live. If you don't talk with your mouth full, you ain't got nothing to say right now. We back. It's the Black Buffet, man. So look, I want to let y'all know, man. I think that everybody should start surrounding themselves with people that values who they are, and sometimes let them know that they value who they are, versus just being around somebody that act like you ain't nobody special to them, or you don't mean nothing to them or to their life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Which might not be a bad thing, but if I don't mean nothing positive to you, cut me off. Mm-hmm. Save me some work. Mm-hmm. But let's surround ourselves with more people that motivate us and let us know what kind of value we add to their life and to our own life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let's surround ourselves with people who celebrate each other. Mm-hmm. So I just want to start that off, because appreciation, a couple folks said, man, why you want to talk about like the value of appreciation, this and that? Like, because that's a big thing to me. You know what I'm saying? It might sound like a boring word, but like I like to be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if I'm giving somebody at the store 50 cents. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you that's half on your beer. You ain't got to tell me all of that. Just appreciate this change I give you. Mm-hmm. Okay. I remember one time me and my wife was cooking dinners and we was selling them at the store. And this one guy walked up when we was almost done. We was wrapping up and my wife was like, well, you know what, babe? While you finish packing up, I'm going to run to the house because we stayed around the corner. She was like, I'm going to run to the house and get this guy, get him something to eat. Mm-hmm. Boom. She went home and did all of that, came back, gave it to him. He went right around in the front of the store and threw it in the garbage.
Mm.
What?
Can I speak on the situation too?
So like, I was angry because first off it was my wife and it was something that was my food. I could have ate that shit. Mm-hmm. But the appreciation, like you ain't even have to throw it away right then. You threw it away and made it obvious to us that you threw it away.
As simple as you going to a concert and
so the value of his appreciation stopped like soon as she gave it to him. Like she didn't give a damn about that. Mm. So that's why I want to know. Like, how far do your appreciation go? You know what I'm saying? Paulette, what you got to say about that?
I was saying, like, you go to a concert and they passing out flyers. People promoting whatever they promote. Mm-hmm. But, people will take it and literally throw it in their face. Like, I just feel like that'd be rude.
That's rude.
Some people, it's more so they might just be disrespectful. They weren't raised to understand that. Some people never had that.
Mm-hmm. Just don't take my shit. You gonna throw it on the floor.
Right. Just say no, thank you. I'm okay.
Some decency, like.
There came a particular time when I was at the car wash. I was getting my car washed. I don't want to call the lady a bum or a crackhead, but she was a human.
She was one of them.
She was on a standby. And she came up to me and she asked me, did I have some change? And I'm like, I didn't have it, but I'm like, I got a cup holder that had some, I don't know what was in there, but I just pulled it out and I gave it to her. She accepted it. She said, thank you. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know what made me look at the ground, but I looked at the ground and I seen a quarter. And I was like, I picked it up. And I was like, oh, here go another quarter. She's like, oh, I'm good. And she's like, I threw it down and had hair on it. Like, excuse me, you little bum. How you going to be broke and throw a quarter down? What? You know what I'm saying? It was string of hair. It wasn't even like it was stuck on the quarter. I picked it up and it was clean. It wasn't stuck. And she was like, no, I'm good. It had hair on it. Like, excuse me? What? You begging. You know what I'm saying? You sit here begging and then throw down the quarter I gave you. Like, I could have kept my quarter, which I did put it back in my car. But at the end of the day, but my smart mouth, I was like, you could give me all my change back. Right. Like, don't throw my quarter on the ground. Yeah. But, yeah.
I mean, so what? Anybody else got something to say before I say something? Because I don't want to hog myself.
Well, I mean, I got a
Go ahead.
I got a hilarious moment. I was in New Orleans training. And one girl, she was like, done with her food. She was like, oh, I'm going to give it to this lady that we saw. And she had a dog. So she went to go get the dog some food. And the lady was like, he's vegetarian. And I was like, you homeless. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Vegetarian. Wait, so you mean to tell me a homeless lady had a vegetarian dog?
Yes.
What kind of scenario is that?
I'm
Who
sorry.
is we the judge?
No, that's crazy.
You can't
But
even
look,
see them.
So y'all
What's
ever
up,
heard
John
the
John?
term of a rich man never gets to heaven or something like that, or a rich man never make it to heaven? Y'all ain't never heard that. I guess that's a southern thing. But I'm, like growing up, I heard that like
That Bama
because they
stuff.
say that they say like when if you rich, you know, like I guess you don't have a reason to ask, you know, ask the creator for nothing. I don't know,
Still about to eat it.
but like as far as appreciation and being rich, like have you ever went and got something like that, like that you felt like that was, let me see, trendy or that was gonna be something like major to the next person, like even if it's a pair of shoes and you just bought it for attention, but once you got it, despite of how much people talked about it or how trendy it wasn't shit to you. The very second you own something, like your appreciation goes away. So, like, how valuable is appreciation? Like, in my opinion, appreciation is something like that you gain over time for something that appreciates you back.
Yeah, that's deep though. I think it take a moment in life that you gotta be like, you gotta lose out. And then
you got to go without.
Then when you lose and you appreciate like
you have a
that
better
shit was
understanding,
really worth it.
Bro.
Sometimes you gotta appreciate something, or it might have a time you gotta lose that shit.
You can't be born with a silver spoon and appreciate. I that's my opinion. Just think about it.
I ain't gonna agree with you on that though.
Yeah, I see somebody
I
literally
ain't gonna
post
agree with
status
you on
today.
that
one.
about
What?
that.
You
So
say
you
you gotta
happy
be born
fair?
with a silver spoon.
I said I don't feel like you can be born with a silver spoon and appreciate.
I don't know.
Just take Donald Trump's son, the little guy that looked sad all the time. He rich as hell.
But listen,
But Rich don't.
He never had
who
look,
his father?
Donald
Yeah.
Trump.
Right.
He might have a whole
You
lot
gotta
of other
have
reasons to
certain
be
circumstances.
sad.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a circumstance
So what?
thing.
So what do Donald Trump's son appreciate? Can we put ourselves in that mind?
He
in that
probably
mind frame?
fucked up and don't appreciate shit. He probably don't appreciate.
He don't know how.
He probably appreciate
Going back to
going
what
in
I
his room and
said.
talking to himself.
But that's going back to what I said. He don't know how to appreciate.
Yeah.
His daddy fucked up. His mama don't like her.
All right. Now look.
She showed him grab his hand at the debate last night.
Now look, take this scenario. Now, you know, I ain't trying to like say what kind of bracket y'all in financially, but I'm comfortable with saying like we ain't where we want to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying here. So just say for example, like you go get a BMW, the new one. Right, like right now, today, the present time, like your financial situation, plus a BMW or a Benz, it would do something for you. But if I'm known to have all the money, I'm this big dope boy or a big businessman or scammer, whatever you want to call me, I got all the money. And I come through, I'm not really making that much noise
Because
because
they used to you having it.
yes, they're used to me having it. I'm used to me having it. So therefore, I'm not even appreciating this BMW. To whereas if you give me a BMW tomorrow, I know how to appreciate it. But like, if I'm just so fortunate with it, I'm not going to appreciate that. Which goes back to saying like you know, when you blessed to have all this money and you rich or whatever you want to call it, like I don't think I would like enjoy it unless I was sharing it with somebody or you know what I'm saying, bringing other people to my world. Like, man, let's do this. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Because how can you be super rich and just happy with still trying to be the only one that's shining or something?
Appreciation ain't always taught; it's learned. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta learn to appreciate shit. You feel me? Like a lot of times you can be you have to go through shit to appreciate what you had before. A lot of times we had some shit and we just let it go by and go on a win because we used to having it. And sometimes you gotta lose shit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You can't miss
appreciate,
what you can't miss it
so
until
next
it's
time
gone.
when you get it, you gonna learn how to keep it because you appreciate it more. So sometimes I think it's okay to lose. You feel me? Some people don't want to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, let me ask you, put you in a scenario. So can you see yourself actually waking up praying every morning if you was a billionaire?
You can't ask me that because I'm used to him. You feel me?
Because
I haven't been there, so I don't know.
Now this might sound judgmental, but like I'm saying, because you down to earth. I mean.